What if I told you that work and life are not enemies of each other? They don't have to be at odds with each other. Before I unpack that for you, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. You get more than maintenance with app work. You really get the opportunity to drive performance and retention by motivating your service team members with gamification and ratings. Now, if that sounds exciting to you, I know that it sounded exciting to me when I heard it for the first time. It not only does that, I'll tell you more about that in just a second. It not only does that, but it optimizes your operations with advanced business intelligence layers, and it turns your data into strategy. What a novel concept, using your data to inform your strategy. So here it is. Where you learn more is appworkco.com. That's appworkco.com. Check them out. Okay. So we've all heard about work-life balance, right? So innate in that statement is this sort of work is at odds with life, and we can't really do both. And we're in the constant pursuit of creating work-life balance in that we need 8 hours in the work world, we need 8 hours at home, we need 8 hours of sleep in a 24-hour period. And we want all those things to be in balance. Now, I don't have to tell you, especially those who've been in the work world for some bit of time, work-life balance is, in my head at least, not a real thing. And it's all predicated on certain seasons in your life. At least as far as I'm concerned, you have to look at work-life balance over a very long continuum, but they don't have to be at odds with one another. If you think about work-life balance over a long continuum, there are seasons of your life where work is going to demand more attention, or life is going to demand more attention, or your sleep, because your work and your life are demanding more attention, is going to need more attention. And if you look at that over a very long bit of time, you're going to see that it sort of works out that you had a certain amount of hours dedicated, or an equal portion of hours dedicated to work, an equal portion of hours dedicated to home life, and an equal portion of hours dedicated to sleep or rest or whatever other thing you want to have balance with. But all of that does not have to be at odds. You've probably heard those pithy statements, and I'm not going to quote them correctly, but where if you are doing something that you enjoy in the world of toil meaning work, if you're doing something that you enjoy in the world of toil, you will not feel like you're at work. You will rather feel like you are at play, or you are doing life. You happen to be doing it in the context of a community that is organized to create an outcome, a beneficial outcome for the world, and your real desire is to make some money doing it, right? Or as it relates to your personal life, sometimes your personal life feels like work, right? But if you get yourself aligned with somebody that shares similar values to yours, who has similar dreams and similar aspirations about life, and the time you give to community, the time you give to children, the time you give to whatever other pursuit that you want to do as a couple, then that world doesn't feel like work or either. It feels like you're showing up to do life with a partner, with somebody that you enjoy being with. So my encouragement to you today is this: don't think about work-life balance as work pitted against life, but rather try to design your life such that work feels like something that you participate in. You're creating art, you're creating something that you're putting out into the world that people find of value and are willing to pay you for it. And think about life the same way, except for the pay portion. But the pay portion in that context comes in the way of feeling enriched by someone else pouring into you, and you having the opportunity to pour into another. And you mix those two things together, and all of a sudden work and life are not at odds with one another. They're quite complementary of one another, and they make your life feel more beneficial to yourself and to others. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.